All right, what's happening? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Tuesday, May 30th, 2023. Got caught reading some of the comments. I'll get to those in just a second. I did not have a good day yesterday, yo. I think I went, what was it? I was 1-3 yesterday.
I went 3-2, so not terrible. And my Vegas team pulled it out and destroyed. I don't know what happened to Dallas last night. At home, got beat 6-0. Really shocked me, but I'm glad. So going on to the finals, taking on a really hot Florida Panthers team. We'll see. Florida's really good on defense.
Yeah, and their goalie's been playing pretty well.
Yeah, he's been outstanding.
Hey, how's it going, Billy? What's up, Glenn? Asking Billy about the Celtics.
Do you think the injury was the big thing?
It was some of it, but Jaylen Brown didn't play good at all. He had eight turnovers himself. You're supposed to be the second star on that team, and if you're once Tatum got hurt, they needed him to really step up, and he
somebody had to step up, and nobody did.
Derek White stepped up and played pretty good.
Yeah.
Other than that,
That's true.
But they had Jaylen Brown. You can't turn the ball over 8 times by yourself. Glenn said Chase Elliott might get suspended for St. Louis. Okay, let me get this. But with the NBA Eastern Conference Finals being over, there's no NBA games till Thursday. That's when the NBA Finals will start with Denver and Miami.
Yep.
I think the hockey finals start Saturday.
Saturday.
So basically, that just leaves baseball going on right now.
Yep.
Give me 1 second. We'll jump into the baseball games.
I noticed something. Pretty sure I think it was NASCAR. I don't think it was IndyCar. And Glenn, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's NASCAR is going to race in Chicago on July 2nd on the streets.
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I believe that's a second. I think that's a Sunday. But I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah, Glenn said, yeah, they are a big event. I was going to say, I think they've done something like that before.
I don't think they've done Chicago, though.
Yeah, I don't know if they've done Chicago. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. All right.
That weekend last year, I went to Chicago and spent time with my grandkids. I'm glad I'm not going to Chicago that weekend.
Why not?
Traffic.
Go downtown, watch the race.
That'd be all right.
Let's see, baseball. First game, excuse me. I like Rangers at the Tigers. Rangers are 1.5 run favorites, minus 130 on the money line. The Tigers are plus 110 on the money line. Over-unders at 9 runs. The Rangers are 34-19 on the season, 18-11 on the road, 6-1. Excuse me. They have Perez starting tonight. He is 6-1 with a 3.83 ERA. Rangers are 4-1 over their last 5 games, hitting .271 as a team with a 3.64 team ERA. The Tigers are 25-27 on the season, 13-12 at home. They have Faedo on the mound tonight, 2-5 with a 4.86 ERA. They're 3-2 over their last 5. They're hitting only .229 as a team and have a 4.41 ERA. I like the Rangers here on the money line. uh, with Perez on the mound. He's pitched well this season, and then they're the better hitting team.
271. That's a pretty good batting average.
Then next game that I like is the Guardians and the Baltimore Orioles. Orioles are minus 1.5 on the run line, minus 142 on the money line. Guardians are plus 120 on the money line. Over-unders at 9 runs. The Guardians are 24-29 on the season, 12-14 on the road. They'll have Quantrill on the mound tonight, who is 2-3 with a 4.75 ERA. Guardians are hitting 227 as a team and have a 3.69 team ERA. The Orioles are 34-20 on the season, 16-11 at home. They have Gibson on the mound tonight, who is 6-3 with 3.82 ERA on the season. Orioles are hitting 249 as a team, have a 4.08 team ERA. I'm going to go with the Orioles at home here on the money line at the minus 142. Next game I like is the Cincinnati Reds, Boston Red Sox. Reds are 24-29 on the season, 10-15 on the road. They'll have Lively on the mound tonight, who's 2-2 with a 2.65 ERA.
That's pretty good.
Reds are 4-1 over their last 5 games. Red Sox have Bello on the mound tonight, 3-2 with a 4.08 ERA. Red Sox are 2-3 over their last 5. I'm gonna go with the Reds here at the plus 1.5.
Damien's upset. His prophecy didn't come through. He thought for sure he had Boston was going to win that, come back and win it. Yeah, fell a little short. I definitely think that injury hurt some, but Miami had it. They got it done.
And then next game, I'm gonna take Reds at the plus 1.5 on that one. Next game's gonna be the Tampa Bay Rays and the Chicago Cubs. The Rays are 1.5 run favorites, minus 196 on the money line. Cubs are plus 164 on the money line. Over under is at 8.5 runs. The Rays are 39-17 on the season, 13-11 on the road. McClanahan will be on the mound tonight for the Rays. He's 8-0 with a 1.97 ERA. Rays are hitting 270 as a team with a 3.73 team ERA. Cubs are 23-30 on the season, 14-15 at home. They will have Hendricks on the mound tonight, who is 0-1 with a 6.23 ERA. Cubs are hitting 255 as a team and have a 4.03 or 4.30 team ERA. Excuse me. I like the Rays here on the money line at the minus 196. Cubs beat the Rays yesterday. Rays have a better pitcher on the mound today. So I'm going to go with the Rays. And the next game I like is the Atlanta Braves at the Oakland Athletics. Braves are 1.5 run favorites, minus 250 on the money line. Athletics are plus 205 on the money line. Over under is at 9 runs. Braves are Braves are 32-22 on the road. 32-22 on the season, 17-8 on the road.
You have a little problems today, ain't you?
I started to try to read comments and then got myself off.
Yep.
But Elder's on the mound for the Braves. He's 3-0 with a 2.01 ERA. You think I'd learn just to wait till I'm done, then look at the comments?
Yeah.
But I try to read them sometimes, and then I'll lose my spot. Athletics 11-45 on the season, 6-23 at home. They will have Sears on the mound, 0-3 with a 4.70 ERA. I know the Athletics beat the Braves yesterday. I took the Braves yesterday, and the Braves lost, but I'm going with the Braves again today at the minus 1.5. Oakland don't put together very many back-to-back winning games. They don't have won many games all year, but Yeah, I like the Braves. Braves have been pretty hot, but and then got stunned yesterday by Athletics. I look for the Braves to bounce back today. And then my last game in Major League Baseball for today is going to be the Washington Nationals and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers are 1.5 run favorites, minus 350 on the money line. Nationals are plus 280 on the money line. Over unders at 9 runs. Nationals are 23-31 on the season, 12-14 on the road. They will have Irvin on the mound, who's 1-2 with a 5.32 ERA. Dodgers are 33-22 on the season, 18-7 at home. They will have Gonsolin on the mound, who is 2-1 with a 1.82 ERA. I like the Dodgers here at the minus 1.5 on the run line.
Okay, my picks for Major League Baseball for tonight. I have Texas money line at Detroit. I got Cleveland at Baltimore. I'll take Baltimore money line. I got Philadelphia at the New York Mets. I'll take the Mets money line. I got Minnesota at Houston. I'll take Houston money line. And I got the Yankees money line at Seattle. That's my 5 Major League Baseball picks for tonight. Look at these comments a little bit here. How's it going, Dustin? Let's see. Damon thinks Miami's going to sweep.
I don't see that happening.
I'm going to go with Denver. Was my pick early on this season. I'm going to go Denver in 6.
Yeah, that's actually I was going to take Denver in 6 as well. I think Denver's a better team, but the Heat are
they're playing really well.
The Heat are a team that's going to. They're going to give them their best shot. It's going to be. I think it'll be a good series, but I'm going to go with Denver in 6 as well.
I was watching that Cantron show, and they had Isaiah Thomas. Is he the third, or what? What is he? Or just Isaiah Thomas, the basketball player, not the old basketball player, the young one.
I don't even think they're related.
Not related. Okay, well, they had Isaiah Thomas on there, and he was. I want to see if you agree with this statement. He thinks that these two teams are kind of a callback to the '90s. So not as physical, but more team basketball. Both of them. You kind of agree with that?
Yeah, they do. Both these teams do play more team basketball than what you see right now in the NBA.
Not near as physical as it was in the '90s, early '90s and stuff. I don't think.
The Heat Celtics series, the scoring was like the '90s. That's good. They could, especially the last couple games, that didn't score very many points at all. Dustin said, "Take the Rays, put a lot of money on them." He's probably not happy with the Cubs right now, even though they did pick up a win yesterday.
Seeing you took the Reds game. What do you think about our Reds right now? I mean, not a great record. What, 24-29, 23-29, whatever it is. Only 3 games, I think 3.5 games out of first. What do you think?
They're playing pretty good right now. We just need to get our I was reading comments again, but no, I like the way the Reds have been playing. We need our bullpen to tighten up a little bit. If our bullpen could tighten up, we'd be. I think we'd even be in a better position because we've lost a lot of 1-run games. Our hitting sometimes gets a little streaky, but I like the move of moving Indy out of leadoff and trying to get some people on base in front of him because he's been hitting the ball well. Steer's been hitting the ball. Then that rookie McLean's came up and been playing well,
playing really well. Yeah.
I still don't understand why Stevens hasn't been playing first more because it kind of. Why are we keeping 3 catchers on the roster if we're not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen that question some on
out
of Cincinnati.
And I like Stevenson too, and he has a good bat, but it's like they're not playing him enough where he can really get in rhythm.
Yeah. The one thing I do like about Cincinnati, their starting pitchers stepped up since Lodano got hurt. So these other guys have came in and dead decent. I mean, I'm not saying they're setting the world on fire. I'm not saying that, but I was really worried when Lodano went down. And they're not doing too bad. Again, the bullpen can be a problem. The last out of the last 10 games, we've really been hitting the ball pretty well. Well, other than the Yankee series, we didn't hit the ball very well. But since that series, we've been pounding the ball pretty well. We just got to be consistent, man. I would love to see us get into July and get after that first 80 games and be still in the hunt. I think it would be awesome. Not saying I'm expected to go to playoffs, but I just want to be competitive. So
we got off to a lot better start this year than last year. Last year at this time we was already done because of our March and April.
Yeah, definitely.
So at least we're going into June. Like you said, only like 3 games out of first place.
You done said Denver
in our division.
You done said Denver in 6. What do you think about this hockey series? I'm going Vegas in 6. Of course, I'm a homer. I'm a Vegas fan. I'm scared to death. Florida's hotter than hell. I'm scared to death. But I'm going with Vegas in 6.
I'm gonna say Vegas in 7.
Florida's defense has really got me worried.
Damien must have watched Double or Nothing because he said I was right. That Double Nothing was dog shit. That sanction match pissed me off. And how the hell does a kick to the head cause an explosion?
It was different. It was just, I don't know if it explodes.
It was different. It was something different, but I wish there would have been like a story behind it where you kind of knew.
Not only that, a kick to the head to cause an explosion. The person that took it
should be out
the rest of the match.
Not for a minute.
Not for 10 seconds. And come back and that's the part. The selling is just killing me in AEW. I thought the match was entertaining. I thought the best match of the show was the 4-way thing with the 4 pillars. I thought that was probably the best match. Again, C+ at the best. Even Dave LaGreca could give his things, and he's one of the biggest AEW homers of all, and he give it a C+, and give Night of Champions A+, and loved NXT, loved Impact more. So I think what do you call that? I think the honeymoon's over. You can't call them a new company anymore. They're in their 4th year.
Yeah. Gunning for I think Jokic's going to get the title this year. Cubs hitters are combined 3-52 with 37 Ks versus McClanahan. Yeah, McClanahan's been pitching pretty damn good this year too. Hey, what's up, Frankie?
Do you think Miami having that experience being in the finals, it could be a major thing where Denver doesn't?
I think it could a little bit. What worries me a little bit about Game 1 is Denver having so much time off.
Yeah,
I agree. That worries me a little bit about Game 1 with Denver, but being at home, I think helps them a lot as well. They haven't lost at home in the playoffs yet. They've been pretty tough to beat at home.
Miami going through a tough series emotionally. But you was up 3, you let them back in it, and had to go Game 7. Now you got to go to Denver, and you're going to get up in that.
And I think the Heat, from what I'm hearing, the Heat will probably get Hero back. So that can.
Well, we've been hearing that for forever.
So that could help them. Glenn, the AEW crowd, that whole they messed up a couple times when they went off their hard cam and was using a Roman cam, and the guy was facing the wrong way, and you could see that one side of the arena was pretty well empty.
Yeah, they say they sold about 9 or 10,000 seats out of a 12,000 setup. But I also know that they sold for 2 weeks, sold $10 tickets. They were selling 4-packs for $40.
That arena didn't look like it was just missing a couple thousand people from being full.
It didn't to me either. That's probably an 8,000 seat arena. They was only going to set up for 10, and they only had about 8, something like, or maybe 10 and set up for only 12. But yeah, how was the crowd at Frankie, where you was at last night for Raw? I thought the crowd was pretty much into the show.
I like the Diamondbacks. I think the Diamondbacks are a pretty good team. I think last year they got off to a good start, and then they showed how young they were, and they kind of fell off. I think they're going to finish this season a lot stronger than they did last year.
I agree. I watched a lot of the Diamondbacks quite a bit last year. I watched a lot of the Dodgers because my wife's a Dodger fan, and then late at night, the Diamondbacks were on a lot of times late, and so me and my wife would watch a lot of the Diamondbacks too if the Dodgers wasn't on. So, they're not a bad team at all.
Yeah, they're a team I think that's definitely moving in the right direction. Glenn, only if you got a firecracker.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that.
Yeah. Like I said, I watched maybe 4 or 5 matches of the AEW, so I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did see basically the last 2 if you want to call it the double main event or whatever they were calling it.
Yep.
I saw them 2 matches, and I saw the women's. I saw Cargill, both her matches, if you want to call it 2 matches, and then there was another one I watched. Oh, I watched that ladder match.
Yep. Yep.
So I guess I saw probably a few more matches than what I thought I did.
Yeah, their booking's got to get better. They got to put the.
I was disappointed in that ladder match.
It should have been great.
I thought it could have been a lot better than what it was.
They made some poor booking decisions in that match. I thought.
I thought the MJF. I thought that match was decent. I'm not gonna say it was like an A+ match, but it wasn't a bad match. It was a pretty good match.
It was overbooked. It was a spot match. But I was entertained by it. I was entertained by the last match too. But it wasn't great by any means. The match that really was disappointing to me, man, and anybody, I know somebody that thinks it was great, but I was just disappointed in Adam Cole and Chris Jericho. Something terrible.
I haven't seen that match yet, but I know you're not the only person I've heard that said it was flat. And
I don't know what happened, man. You got two really great wrestlers, and I mean, I know Jericho's past his prime, but he can still go, and it was just awful. I mean, I won't say awful. Not very good.
You're not used to seeing Jericho in a bad match,
and Adam Cole either.
Or Adam Cole. I know Adam Cole don't have as much experience, but he's been around for a while now, and he's top level.
You've seen half of that Double or Nothing, and you've seen all of Night of Champions. Anybody that
it wasn't even close.
It did not even close. And there's people out there saying that Night of Champions was dog shit, and the pay-per-view by
that's just people that's just WWE haters.
It wasn't even close, man. I mean, it wasn't even close.
I don't know why people think why you can't like both. If you like both, like both. If you don't like both, why you gotta talk crap about the other one?
Yep.
AEW is not my thing, but I'm not going to just hate on it.
I want them to get better.
I've tried. I watched some of that pay. I try to watch it. There's just sometimes it'll be something that gets me interested, but it's not. I get WWE gets me hooked in more. I get more interested.
I tell you who I feel bad for is Impact. If Impact could get on a better channel, to me, Impact's putting out a better product than AEW right now. They really are. Right now,
that Impact pay-per-view the other night was good.
Them 2 main events was really, really good, and seen stuff I never seen before.
I agree with you. That was better than AEW. I don't know if I'd say it was better than the WWE one or not.
Personally, I didn't think it was better than WWE, but I didn't think it was far off. I thought it was good. I thought it was really good, Damien. I really did. And another one that was right there too.
I've never seen nobody get their mouth stapled shut like that. That was crazy.
And then pull out the staples. So yeah, if you people haven't, it may be hard to find because I know our friend Marcus Fine looked for it and he hasn't found it yet on YouTube. But go back and try to find that PCO against Macklin match and him stapling PCO's mouth shut and then PCO taking the pliers and pulling the staples out of his mouth. It was nuts, man. It was nuts. And the whole match was nuts. They was doing things that I never seen before. Macklin was bleeding and you could see he cut himself too deep and there was a flap of skin on his head. Yeah. It was pretty wild. And I know I listened to Billy Ray. It was yesterday's show, Monday's show. He's been around for a long time. And he said his segment was after the match to get in the ring, and he was going to light a table and throw a guy through the table, the guy that runs the company. And he didn't even want to get in the ring because he knew he was going to ruin his clothes because there was blood everywhere. And he said that's the most blood he's ever seen. And Billy Ray wrestled in ECW that was known for blood. He's been in Japan at death matches, and he said that's the most blood he's ever seen. Yeah, Alexa Bliss is having a baby.
Glenn said, breaking news, big announcement from Tony Khan tomorrow. Laughing my ass off.
yeah. Every Wednesday there's a big announcement trying to get somebody to watch. Yeah, that's true.
It was just stupid because then when you don't have a big announcement, then they bury you for that. So
yeah.
but I guess all publicity is good publicity. I guess.
Do you think Brady and CM Punk back and this Saturday shows make a break for them? If this falls, do you think they're in trouble?
I think it could be. It just depends on how much money he's going to keep throwing into it.
I worry about it because they're
But
not.
I don't think they're not growing.
They're not growing, and I worry about that. I mean, I know they're getting 800,000 fans watching right now, about their average. That's down from 2 years ago, which was about 1 million. And when they brought all those guys in, Daniel Bryce and all them guys in, I thought it was going to go to 1 million, 4 million, 5, and it didn't happen.
I think it's a mistake to be adding another show and when you're not growing.
Saturday at 8 o'clock.
Now you're trying to spread. You're going to spread your fan base out thinner. I mean, you're taking a chance to, and I know you're taking a chance. Maybe that show catch on and help you grow, but to me, I
think I'd worry about making
try to get your other ones growing.
I think I'd worry about making the program that I have, or the two there I have, the best, absolutely best that they can be, and get that growing in the right direction before I add another show. And I know that TBS or TNT, whichever that's going to be on, probably wants the show. I mean, I understand that. That's probably going to do better than what some of the shows would do at Saturday at 8 o'clock. I think that's a terrible time. I would do it, or I'd do it at 6 o'clock on a Saturday night, not 8 o'clock. But I think Saturday's a bad night anyway. You got pay-per-views on Saturday night. You got everybody going out. You're going to be competing with UFC about every Saturday. You're going to be competing with boxing, other wrestling. I mean, I think it's a wrong move.
Glenn said the seat he had for AEW and Indy the week after Thanksgiving was only like $40, and it was on the floor.
Really? Was that at the Pacers Arena, or was that at the fairgrounds? I know they did some at the fairgrounds before, but
yeah, still $40 on the floor. That's pretty cheap.
I did want to ask you, do you think it's time for Boston? They've been asking that question on TV to break it up.
I wouldn't break up Tatum and Brown. I know a lot of people think they're going to move on. That they need to separate them. But what position does the NBA cherish? That's wing players that can score and play two-way wing players that can score and play defense. And you got two of them on the same team. To me, you build around them. They're young. I would change up maybe some of my surrounding pieces. You know what I mean? You got to change up some of that, but I wouldn't separate them two yet.
What do you think what piece are they missing after watching what happened in this series? And they looked off the whole playoffs to me, but what do you think? What do you think they're missing?
I think a lot of it was I think a lot of it was coaching. You going from your coach last year that you was in the finals with. Yeah, you ended up not winning the finals.
Yeah. Billy Buzz is still out there. What do you think they're missing? Wonder what he thinks. What they're missing? What they need to go after?
They live and die. They live and die by the three too much. In this series, well, not just series. If you watch them in the playoffs, if they couldn't hit threes, they were in trouble. And then it was like they had no plan B. Missoula never made an adjustment to like, hey, if we're not hitting the three, we need to. He didn't never make an adjustment. Call play, getting somebody driving to the goal. If you're not hitting they were like 9 for 40 something last night on threes or something. And the game before they wasn't no better, and they ended up escaping and winning that game.
The 3 games that I seen the stat earlier. The 3 games that they won, they shot over 30% from 3. The 4 games that they lost, I think it was like 15. Or 17%. But also they said the games that they won, they did a lot more driving to the basket and putting the ball back out for threes. In this game, it seemed like they just settled for more threes. They really wasn't driving, and that may have been because what's his name got hurt, not going to the hoop, but they wasn't going to the hoop at all. Yeah, Damien. Dave LaGreca went on about a 10-minute rant this morning about about the draft and them not sticking to the draft, and AJ Styles. They did address that this was a special, one time only. AJ Styles coming to Raw. Yeah, it don't make a lot of sense. Why you do the draft and say you're going to be? I don't have a problem with doing the draft, and I don't have a problem with people being on other shows, but just make sure everybody knows that they're going to be. Don't say that they're not going to do it, and then you second week after the draft you're doing it. And what's really crazy, you got women's champions. Asuka is the Raw champion. She's on SmackDown, and Rhea's the SmackDown champion, and she's on Raw. So it don't make a lot of sense.
Are they going to have them swap belts?
Usually they do it the night of the draft. They usually swap the belts, but they haven't done that. So I don't know what they're doing. That is a criticism that I do have on that. But most of the stuff Triple H has been doing I like, but that stuff doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, but when Pierce was on the phone, he even said that he goes, I know he's a SmackDown guy. And we're supposed to be sticking to the rosters.
Yeah, he's not even supposed to be here.
They were trying to make a point of it, but yeah. But all right. We appreciate everybody joining us. My pick, I'll go over my picks real quick because we kind of got to talking about wrestling and stuff after we gave out the picks. But Major League Baseball, that's really all there is tonight. I'm going to go with the Rangers money line, Orioles money line, Reds plus 1.5, Tampa Bay Rays on the money line, Braves minus 1.5, and the Dodgers minus 1.5. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. We greatly appreciate it. You can also find Easy Money, a sports betting show, in podcast form: Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. So go check us out on there as well. And then we'll be back tomorrow right around 3 o'clock with another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show. Don't forget to check out Unscripted tonight at 7 o'clock. You can find out on the ASAP All Sports All Plays Network and Unscripted on Facebook, Unscripted Sports on YouTube, and Unscripted Guys on Twitter. But we appreciate everybody joining us. This has been Easy Money, a sports betting show. Please hit that subscribe button, like and follow all at Gonzo Sports Room. Hope everybody has a great day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.